We're back in on our hardcore idiot, and we spent quite a few episodes just trying to get our skills up for the Plague's End quest requirement. So I think today we're going to take a bit of a break from that and actually just see what we can do with our newly unlocked skills. Which we did unlock the Trapper Adventurer for our player-owned ports once we hit level 90 Hunter. So I think we'll go look into starting our own player-owned ports to begin with then, which I'm really looking forward to getting started with because I know it's going to take quite some time, but the end reward armors are definitely worth it. But brace yourself, because I get the feeling a cutscene is about to happen. Yep, well that was definitely a marvellous cutscene. I'm really glad that I was forced to sit all the way through it, but here is our Trapper Adventurer, although we do need to speak to the partner to begin with. Right then, Muppet, what are we doing here? Right, as riveting as this all is, I really just want to get on with this, so let's do that. We got an achievement, and he sent me to go speak to another Muppet, the Navigator. Alright then, Glasses, I'm also just going to skip through your dialogue here as well. But we've now got a flashy icon at the top of the screen, so let's click on Voyages, and we just send away a very simple voyage to begin with. We're going to get some chimes and bamboo from it, so we need a lot of morale and some seafaring. That's easy enough done, because all you ever need for a good sea adventure is a travelling drunk. So now we need to swap out the small crate of food for the weathered rigging just to give us some more seafaring, and we now have 100% success from both 100% morale and seafaring. So let's actually start the voyage, and the ship is going to come back soon. Right, go on then, let's get the results. Knowing my luck, it will still fail at 100%. No, we got some chimes and we got the bamboo in, and our crewmates leveled up a little bit, so we have even drunker travelling drunks. But now that we do have some resources, we can head off to the most important building just to repair it, which of course is the pub. So we're going to refit the bar here for 120 bamboo just to get a 2% bonus chance at attracting higher quality captains. Which, to be fair, I don't really care about. Everyone knows the drunker the captain, the better they are. But that's the dingy little pub here, now upgraded. So what does this big jug-wielding woman want? These two guys are now arguing over what we should have upgraded first, so I have a choice to make. Either we say that it was fine to upgrade the bar, or we should have upgraded the office, but pub, you know, so of course that's right. Right, you, I have to come speak to you next. Hopefully you won't have too much dialogue to go through, but we can now send a special voyage just to get some more bamboo by sending him away. So let's once again edit the ship, and we can hire some new crew. A Brimhaven pirate or a smuggler. And we're needing a lot of combat for this ship, as well as some seafaring, which our pirate is going to cover our combat, and our smuggler is going to cover our seafaring. Perfect, another 100%. And the ship has once again returned, so let's get the results of it, which, yep, we got our bamboo. So now we have enough resources to upgrade the office, although I would definitely prefer to upgrade the bar instead, seeing as that's a much more important building. But fine, let's upgrade the office then for 150 bamboo, and this is going to unlock an additional ship slot. And that is the very difficult ports tutorial now complete. Alright then, let's actually send away some of these voyages then. What about these special voyages to begin with? Yes, let's make this one a priority. We are going to need a lot of morale and a lot of combat for this. What about our crew? We could hire a stowaway and another travelling drunk just to help out with those stats, which I can't remember if you do actually need to pay for them or not, but let's recruit the stowaway. And of course the second that we do hire the stowaway, we get a much better person in with a Brimhaven pirate. Right then, stowaway, you are getting thrown straight into the ocean, and we're going to hire the Brimhaven pirate instead, although he is going to cost some chimes, but we've got enough at the moment. Let me just re-roll these then, just until we do get some better stat crewmen. What are you? This is a merchant and is going to improve the goods received from a mission by 10%. You have a crap amount of morale though, so I don't know. And we have a first mate here who has the solidarity trait, gives a plus 25% to all stats per unique crew member on board. He's going to cost 100 chimes and 100 bamboo to get, but I think he's going to be decent, so let's hire him. Alright then, let's see if these new crewmen here are actually going to help us out at all with this mission. So we'll put the first mate at the back as well, and that brings us up to a 60% success rate, which isn't really that great. Although I completely forgot that we can change up the ship's decorations here as well, just to help us out, so that is at least going to give us a bit more stats. But overall, that was rather pointless. We still only have a 64% success rate. But let's go ahead with this one anyway. In 30 minutes time, that will come back and we will see how badly we failed. Well, let's hire another captain in the meantime, and we need one more good seafaring dude, so let's hire the fisherman. And I think that's everything that we can afford here at the moment. So let's send away out this first mission here, which is just going to require a lot of seafaring, which we should have absolute plenty of here with this crew alone. Yep, that's as good as that's getting, so let's also send that away, and that will also be another 30 minutes before it comes in. And that's going to be our player-own ports just for the moment then, so let's go see what else we can get up to, which is going to be construction actually. Well, it would have been if I had went to the right house portal. At least we have a quick way back there now. But yes, we do now have a fairly high construction level, being at level 75, so I think it's about time that we come back to our player-owned house and just upgrade it a little bit, because it's very bare bones at the moment, and we can actually build a few different rooms just to help us out here. Namely being the costume room alongside our aquarium. And without this descending into some form of Sims build, I also do want to kind of redecorate our house here as well. Again, just to make it a bit more functional. So how do I move the entrance portal there to roughly the middle area here? Do I actually just need to create some rooms like that, just until we can expand out that way? I don't have a clue, but it's the only way that I can think about doing this at the moment, so I am just going to expand a little bit further out here. So I think the next square over is pretty much the midway of this place, so let's put in another entrance. A formal garden, which requires level 55 construction and 75k coins. It does have a portal centerpiece that we could put in, so yes. And I'm very aware that we're going to spend a little bit of money here today, but I'm not too worried because I'll just go back to Croesus and he'll sort me out. Right, how do we make this portal then? I want just an exit portal, 10 iron bars. Is that it? I could have sworn that we got better looking portal entrances than just that, but okay, I can go get some bars. Right then, let's build the exit portal for 10 iron bars, which I really question why we need to use iron bars, because this is clearly wood. And apparently we also have a daily construction challenge, which I'm sure we'll complete that during our construction efforts here. I think I'm going to build a construction room just to the west here. Yep, that looks good to me. And I have definitely been needing this room, because my bank is full of a lot of junk that could potentially come into here. Right, so let's see what items that we're going to require for this. Basically a lot of teak, although I do think it is possible to boost up our construction level just to make these higher tiered items. That will require mahogany though, to make this mahogany magic wardrobe. Yep, it's pretty much looking as if I'm going to require a lot of teak and mahogany here. That means I will need some planks, of which I have a few of, but not too many of them. Although if I head back to my kingdom of idiots, then maybe they have collected me some wood from there. Although I will need to do a little bit of work to begin with, just to get that approval rating a little bit higher. And that's 100%, so let's head straight back up there and see what they have collected us. Man, I really love the Ring of Fortune. Right, what have you collected for me this time then? An achievement. They collected me 370 of mahogany and teak logs as well. That's not too bad actually, that will definitely help us out here. Okay, 2 mil worth of stuff. That is acceptable. let's head straight back to Remington then. So I want to make the treasure chest first, which we cannot boost up to 84, so we will just make the teak treasure chest. And that will let me store some of the treasure trail items that I have. Armor case, same story, so we'll just go for the teak version of it. I did read up that we can get a +3 construction boost just from a cup of tea, so I will need to make a kitchen just to make one of those. So I'll hold off on the Mahogany magic wardrobe for the moment. Oh, and that is one of our ship missions just come back in, so we can head back over to player-owned ports very shortly to check on it. But in the meantime, we'll get ourselves a teak fancy dress box, and the last toy box space, we will also just go for a teak version of it. And that's our daily construction challenge done as well. So let me just hand that in very quickly as well. And that is another construction level for us. So there's level 76. And I seen that we can now mount some sharks, which is rather fitting actually, seeing as I just got a big shark just the other day. Well, for the moment, let's just head back to our player-owned ports and see about these voyages, which our second ship has another 3 minutes before it comes in. But our first one is back. This was for our trapper actually. Right, this had a 60-something% chance to fail, and it didn't. So we got in quite a lot of bamboo, chimes, and all of our crew upgraded as well. Well, that's pretty nice, so let's send away another voyage then. Normally I would go around and just reroll some of these bad voyages, but as we are just starting off here, I am very tempted to even just take the crap ones. Although we have everything that we require for this voyage here, so let's just actually send that away. And I forgot that we have the really annoying Meg trying to overspeak me here at the moment, but let's see if we can just send her away to her death, which I'm never really sure the actual answers that you're supposed to give her, so I always just press number 1, and if it fails, and if it succeeds, well, great. But we are already 15% of our way towards the next map zone as well, which is rather nice. And that's the second ship just come back, which I think was 100% that we sent it away, so it shouldn't have failed. Good. Some more bamboo and some more levels. We can already afford to get ourselves some different decorations for our ship, so I think instead of this weathered ram, we should go for this polished figurehead, and this will take our morale from 60% up to 80%. That's quite a significant upgrade. And we can also afford a better hull as well, so let's get the sleek hull, which gives us a lot of different stats, and if we put that onto our ship as well, that brings us up to 90% success, which that's just going to need to do for now. So we'll send that ship away as well, and it will come back in about 36 minutes. Right then, straight back to our player-owned house, and we will finish up the Cape Rack just in here, which is going to be a Mahogany one. Okay, right. Let's look into making another room then, which we will build to the east, and I think we are going to go with our aquarium, which requires level 63 construction and 200,000 coins to make. But I'm okay with that, so let's go ahead with that build as well. And I'm assuming this is where our mounted shark will go as well. Yep, mounted shark at level 70. Wait, did we unlock the great white shark? Is that a different thing? I have no idea. Okay, what are we going to need for this room then? We can make a mermaid hunter suit with a fishbowl, bronze bars, and a porthole. Not sure where you get a porthole from, but the most important build within this aquarium is our prawn broker, and we can make ourselves the float Sam prawn broker for 8 mahogany planks, which we will make right now, because I want to get started on our golden prawn balls. So what prawn perks do I currently have? I have 1 prawn point to spend, which I definitely want to be able to rod fish without using any fishing bait, which is definitely going to help me out with my Menaphos fishing. I did bring along this great white shark for maybe this fish head hotspot. Is that what you're going to ask me of? No, actually it might be, but I ran out of mahogany planks, so I need to go get some of my logs out to turn them into planks, which does mean that I need to return back to my most favourite person ever and get absolutely scammed with 1500 coins per every mahogany log. That is just terrible. Even if you give me an achievement, it's still terrible. But maybe now we can make this headfish spot. And yep, let's put down our mounted great white shark. Oh, it looks so beautiful. So I'm assuming that I can't just enter this bathysphere yet without actually having one of these diving suits. And I could just make the plain oyster hunter suit, but I am interested in making the one that I can at the moment, being this mermaid one. Although I will need to get myself a porthole, which I can get from Prawn Balls, which means that I need to catch some fish first to get those. So with our new prawn perk, let's just fish a little bit here in Menopause and see if we get any. And that is the very first prawn ball that we just got there, so I'll see how many more we can gather up here and just what we get from them. Well, that's good timing actually. That is our second ship come back for our player owned ports, just as we amass 10 of these prawn balls. So let's open these balls up and see what type of goodies that we get with them. Which we got some kelp decoration, a mermaid's purse decoration, and some other garbage. No porthole though, which is a little bit disappointing. So unfortunately for the moment then, I'm just going to make the lower tier diving suit, which will mean I will need some glass first, just to make a fish bowl. So let's get some seaweed here very quickly. That's everything that we're going to need to make the molten glass, just to then craft them into some fish bowls for us. And whilst we're here in Burfope, it is customary. That first one didn't feel right. Okay, that one felt a bit better. Our first ship has returned and it passed. Just another level up and some bamboo. And our second ship also succeeded, and just again some more bamboo. But with both of those voyages being successful, we have pushed our way up to nearly 30% towards the next zone, so this really won't take too long before we are actually into the skill region. And we also have a special voyage as well for Cyclosis. And this is going to unlock our Cyclops crewman as well as the Cyclosis island. Just 800 of every stat to send us away, so let's edit the ship. And our seafaring stat could be a little bit better, so let's buy the sturdy rudder for 60 chimes and 20 bamboo. And I totally misread that. I thought that was for seafaring, not for speed. Good, glad I wasted that money then. Especially because instead we could have got ourselves some sturdy rigging, and that would have actually gave us the seafaring that we were after. Well, 88% is all that we're going to manage here, and this voyage is going to take well over an hour to do. But that's okay, let's send it away. Well, even with some new crew members here, the best we can do for this voyage is 68%, and that's just going to need to do as well. So let's fire it away, and once again we will return back to our house. So let's make a diving suit then, and we'll just make the basic oyster hunter one, and we can't enter the bathysphere whilst being in building mode at the moment. So instead let's just organise the items that we're going to put into this then. Alright then, that's enough decorating the bathysphere for the moment, so let's actually get into it. And we are now inside our aquarium. Our really nicely decorated aquarium, I should say. Now I have no idea where I got this from, but we do have a golden lobster egg that we could put in here as well and just get some lobsters about the place. And down here now somewhere we should have some lobsters running about, I think. Oh, yep. There they are right there. Although I'm pretty sure that the lobsters were supposed to be golden, not blue, but okay, well, we have some pet lobsters for us to eventually eat, I suppose. And I forgot about our oysters over here, which can give us some gems. It actually gave us a spirit gem there. Okay, that's even better actually. I do know that the oysters can have a very small chance of giving you an onyx as well, so that would be pretty nice. Well, I think that's enough of the aquarium for the moment then. We will start getting up some other golden eggs and start populating it with more fish eventually. But what else can we do in our play-around house here for the moment? I do want to finish off our costume room here, so what I need to do is make a kitchen at some point. In fact, let's get rid of this little parlour room here and convert it into something else. I'm thinking just another workshop at the moment because it's fairly cheap and will be rather handy to have just as you come in from the south here of the entrance portal. And from here I think we will make ourselves a kitchen, and it's the shelving in here that we want because these are going to allow us to make these cups of tea to boost up our construction level, and it's the teak shelves too that we want, requiring level 67 construction, 3 teak planks, 6 soft clay, and 2 golden leaf, with the golden leaf being the only thing that I can't remember how to get. Apparently it's from the stonemason in Keldagrim, so let's travel to Keldagrim via the trapdoor here in the Grand Exchange. And I believe this is the stonemason's house just down the bottom here, so is there anyone inside it? Yep, the stonemason just over here. He will sell our gold leaf for 130k a pop. Expensive, but at least we only require the 2 for the moment. Right then, let's make these teak shelves too, which I think to make the cup of tea we are going to need to make it from complete scratch. So let's just take some items out here to do that then. So we need to build the sink first, which is going to require 15 of these steel bars. But I think we can now fill up the kettle with the sink. Yes, by the looks of it. We'll need to build a stove next, which we can make this fancy range, costing 8 steel bars. And we can then use the full kettle on the range just to allow it to heat up. So in the meantime, we need to go make the larder, which we can make a teak larder with 8 teak planks and 2 bolts of cloth. So that's now made, and I think we can get the tea from it. So we use the tea leaves on the teapot, and then we use the hot kettle on the teapot as well. And that's our pot of tea, which we can put into our porcelain cup. And after we drink this cup of tea, we have then boosted up by 3 construction levels, which means we can now make this mahogany magic wardrobe. So let's just construct it. And perfect! That's pretty much our construction room now complete, which means I should be able to store some of the items from my bank just inside them. And whilst I was pissing about making some cups of tea, I seen that we had one of our ships return, so let's get the results of it. And it was successful. We got quite a few chimes from it, and our crewmen leveled up quite a bit as well. And we are now exactly 30% until we get to the next region. So that's even better actually. But that's enough ports and construction for one day. It's definitely been quite an aquatic themed day now that I come to think about it. So thank you for watching today's episode of Hardcore Idiot. I know it's maybe not been as productive as most of our other episodes have recently, but it was definitely nice taking a little break away from all of the skilling and just actually using some of our newly acquired skills for a bit. As always though, if you have enjoyed this episode, then why not give the video a like and subscribe to the channel as well, just to keep up to date with us here. But with my other Cyclosis ship going to take 30 minutes before it returns, I've definitely got a little bit of a wait ahead of me, so I will definitely see you guys in the next one. Bye for now everyone. Bye bye.